What's up, guys? I think this is gonna be my third consistent video, potentially, if I'm not lazy to edit it. But yeah, I'm low-key just like really tired. I kind of fucking up my sleep schedule. Last video about freshman year, I'm kind of getting back to that bad sleeping schedule. I'm not have to fall asleep again. The fortunate thing is I have no classes with any crushes. Actually, there's this one girl that I don't even have a chance, so might as well just sleep. Yeah. And basically, what I was going to talk about is you might notice that the lighting is way better. It's more natural. Cause it's not like 12 a.m. I just bumped my mic. Um, and basically, what I was going to talk about in this video is middle school instead of freshman year. Cause honestly, middle school changed my life. Completely redirected my trajectory on how I do things socially. Not really academically. I'm kind of still in that pitfall. And yeah, so I was gonna take you through my entire journey. For me, middle school is only 2 years long. I know usually it's three, sixth through eighth. So yeah, just it was only seventh through eighth because I went to this small town school here in the PNW. So yeah, I'll just go through a little bit of that today because I want to be more consistent.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Fuck you, you're a fake ass bitch. Oh, where are we at? Oh yeah. So first day middle school. So essentially, first day, honestly, could have gone worse. You know what I mean? Um, oh my god, it was 3 years ago, 4 years ago, almost four. It was 3 years ago. Essentially, what is it? I walk in, okay. So you know anything about periods? Not the menstrual cycle, the school system of classes. Like you have different classes. Um, so that was new, and essentially, I remember walking in. There was some of my old sixth grade teachers, not teachers, a sixth grade teacher that I knew that I wasn't in class with though. I don't know how we met, but I walk in, and she's like, "Yo, do you need help?" I was like, "I think I got this." I didn't got it, bro. The school was pretty big. There was two gyms. Not even my high school has two gyms. It just has one really big gym. Um, and basically, I walk in. First period is PE. So from day one, I was already doomed, bro. So first period gym, I'm screwed, bro. So essentially, now what's gonna happen is the whole day I'm gonna be sweaty. It's gonna be harsh for this body, and I sweat a lot, and at that time I already had some body hair, so that sweat's gonna get trapped, it's gonna stink. So uh what I had to do is I had to make up a system where I'd shower every morning. I'd strip everything, all the oils, everything. I'd come in, I'd sweat a lot, kind of re-moisturize, and now I'm a little less musty because yeah, bro couldn't afford cologne. You know what I mean? He had deodorant, but like couldn't afford that cologne. My fits were trash. They still kind of are, but they were worse back then. I wore basketball shorts and a hoodie, and some days I wouldn't even wear a shirt under that. You know what I mean? My haircut was bad. I just let it grow out. Um, let's see what else. Oh yeah, second period was math. Math was interesting because I met this girl, and I'm gonna be honest, I fell in love. I wasn't a first sight type of thing. I kind of just, I think I fell in love with the personality. I know it sounds shallow of me to say it that way, but I've never felt that before. And oh, what else? There was I had this guy. He was clearly special needs. I had him for four of my six periods, and essentially he would crash out um, almost every day, and it was hard on everybody. You know what I mean? Just seeing him crash out and fall. Yeah. So that was it was it was a new scene every day, basically. Third period was probably my favorite class, and I'll give it tied for first place. It was social studies. I like history, so shit was easy. That's where I met some new friends. Cause I had like zero classes with the day ones, so make, I had to actually try to make new friends, or else, uh, shit would have been boring, and I don't know, I probably would have been bullied. You know, I didn't want to be that big of a loner. So yeah, fourth period, probably this is gonna be tied. Uh, it was my ELA class. If you know anything about that, you're bilingual. They put you in like different classes, even though English is my second language. I mean, first language. So I like that class because we could usually just bullshit around. So some days would be like an art project. Some days would just be extra work time. Um, and shit. Some days we've had food. You know what I mean? We would have what was it? Pizza, tacos, actual good tacos. No, tacos. And yeah, the people in there was like 12 people. There was only like 3 girls. Rest were guys. Uh, Most of us were Mexican. There was this one Russian guy. He was the only white guy. He was chill though, so I'll give it to him. Fifth period was science. For this is all seventh grade. Fifth period science was awesome. I met this dude. His name is Benji. Uh, yeah, he was really chill. Really try hard academically. Met this other dude. For the sake of the video, I'm just gonna call him Javier. He was also chill. I also had him first period, I think, for PE. Also met this dude named Dalton. He was also my first period PE. What else? Yeah, there's just not much to say about that class. I did have the crash out kid. Sixth period was very interesting. I knew no one in that class besides one other dude. So sixth period was English. This was before I was kind of good at English. Now I'm actually alright at it. I'd say I'm the most consistent in that class. So English, seventh grade, Hunger Games, The Outsiders. I actually like that one. That was interesting. My teacher was mad chill, but when he was pissed off, he was pissed off, bro. He was good at yelling and inserting tone, you know. So overall, seventh grade was probably like my favorite year. I'm gonna be honest, of middle school, cause it was so laid back. That's when I first started doing sports again, cause I was a fat chud. So yeah, that's when I finally grew up a little more. But overall, I'd probably give that out of 10. I'd give it a 7.5. The only thing that really held me back was the academic thing. And yeah, I failed one class. It was math. I'm not consistent or good at math. So yeah. So eighth grade, honestly, it's a big fog to me, even though it was longer ago. I don't remember much. I remember, okay, first period was PE again. That girl I met in math, she was in that class. The only reason I stayed in that class. I had no chance, by the way. Second period was, well, first semester was tech. I did good in that class. And then it got switched out because I was really bad at math. So they put me in a special math. And yeah, so second period is now math, algebra, pre-algebra. Third period was lap math. Yeah, that's what we called it for the special math. That was actually a good class. The teacher was actually good at her job, and she actually kind of cared. And so fourth period was U.S. history. Now I like history, but like I didn't really like that class. It was too long. A little boring at times. Of course, I had the homie Jonah in there, so it was actually quite good. And did I get a text message? Let's run off. Okay, so fifth period was science again. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like the teacher very much. He was old. Talked in third person a lot. They'd have the homie Benji in there, so it was a little chill out. Yeah, there's not much to say. Sixth period was English. That class was ass. The teachers, there's two teachers. First teacher was a Mrs. She was pregnant. So, second was this really chill dude. He's probably my favorite teacher. And then I failed that class. So, yeah, I failed 8th grade English. So, middle school, just wear the deodorant, you know what I mean? It won't really matter that much. People won't really look at that, like what you did in middle school academically. Just don't be stupid, you know. I knew this guy, no one ever let it go. He was in my history class. He was mellow racist. There was slight racial undertones in everything he said, you know what I mean? And he said he drank nut for a Big Mac, you know what I mean? And I don't think that's worth it at all, you know what I mean? And no one has ever let it go, you know. People still come back to it. They still call him the nut sipper. They still reference that. So, like, you know, don't say anything crazy. I didn't really talk much unless I was with the homies. So I never really said anything crazy. Hopefully no one remembers anything I said. So, like just don't do anything too crazy, you know what I mean? Don't say anything stupid. And yeah, overall middle school was actually not that bad. Overall, 8th grade, I'll give it a 5 to 6 out of 10. Overall middle school, I'll give it 7th grade was carrying, bro. 7th grade's carrying this. I'll give it an 8. So it wasn't too hard. The craziest thing that happened to me in 7th grade, I actually don't know. It was actually kind of boring. I think the most interesting was actually nothing. The only interesting that happened for me in 8th grade was Halloween, and I went, you know, I just went trick-or-treating for like the last time. Will I go trick-or-treating again? Probably. I hope so. But yeah, so I'd say enjoy your middle school years, even though they're probably ass. For me, they weren't that bad. So yeah, bro, it's not that bad. I'll probably do another one about elementary, even though that was way long ago, and I don't remember my first day at all. So yeah, you know, make sure to like and subscribe, guys, and follow me on TikTok and Instagram.